Nobody couldn't hear nothing just now up on the roof, I realized, only after I recorded it. So, let's go down here. C'est une chanson pour enfants très connue. Il était un petit navire, and the only chords are your D and your A, which are, give me a moment, your Ré and your La. So, Ré and La. Il était Ré, na na na, la 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 la, Ré, 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 Ré. I messed that one up. Ré, la, la, Ré. Il était un petit navire, il était un petit navire qui n'avait jamais navigué, qui n'avait jamais navigué. Ohé, ohé, il partit pour un long voyage, il partit pour un long voyage sur la mer Méditerranée, sur la mer Méditerranée. Ohé, 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 Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Ohé, ohé, Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Au bout de 5 à 6 semaines, au bout de 5 à 6 semaines, les vivres vinrent à manquer, les vivres vinrent à manquer. Ohé, ohé. On tira à la courte paille, on tira à la courte paille pour savoir qui serait mangé, pour savoir qui serait mangé. Ohé, ohé, le sort tomba sur le plus jeune, le sort tomba sur le plus jeune. C'est donc lui qui sera mangé, c'est donc lui qui sera mangé. Ohé, 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 Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Ohé, ohé, Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. It just gets worse from here. It's a disgusting song, not appropriate for children. On cherche alors à quelle sauce, on cherche alors à quelle sauce le pauvre enfant sera mangé, le pauvre enfant sera mangé. Ohé, ohé, how's that for a verse? Disgusting. L'un voulait qu'on le mit à frire, l'un voulait qu'on le mit à frire, l'autre voulait le fricasser, l'autre voulait le fricasser. Ohé, 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 Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Ohé, ohé, Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Pendant qu'ainsi l'on délibère, pendant qu'ainsi l'on délibère, il monte en haut, haut du grand hunier, il monte en haut, haut du grand hunier. Ohé, ohé. Il fait au ciel une prière, il fait au ciel une prière, interrogeant Jean l'immensité, interrogeant Jean l'immensité. Ohé, ohé. Mais regardant la mer entière, mais regardant la mer entière, il vit des flots de tous côtés, il vit des flots de tous côtés. Ohé, ohé. Ô Sainte Vierge, ma patronne, si j'ai péché, vite pardonne. Empêche-les de me manger, empêche-les de me manger. Ohé, ohé. Ohé, ohé, Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Ohé, ohé, Matelot. Matelot navigue sur les flots. Au même instant, un grand miracle, au même instant, un grand miracle pour l'enfant fut réalisé, pour l'enfant fut réalisé. Ohé, ohé, des petits poissons dans le navire, des petits poissons dans le navire, sautèrent par et par milliers, sautèrent par et par milliers. Ohé, ohé, on les prit, les mit à frire. On les mit à frire, et le jeune mou se fut sauvé, et le jeune mou se fut sauvé. Ohé, ohé, and this last verse, you can add if you're an annoying kid who likes to annoy your parents. Si cette histoire vous amuse, nous vous amuse, nous allons la recommencer, nous allons la recommencer. Ohé, 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 matelot, matelot navigue sur les flots. Ohé, ohé, matelot, matelot navigue sur les flots. Translation quickly. So there was, il était un petit navire. There was a small ship, and he had never sailed on the sea. Navigated, sailed on the sea. And then, so he started on a long voyage on the Mediterranean Sea. And at the end of 5 or 6 weeks, the provisions started to lack. They started to run out of provisions, and so they pulled. What do you say that you pulled lots? No, you chose lots. They drew lots. That's what you do with lots. You draw them. So they drew lots to find out who would get eaten. This is where the song gets inappropriate. And the unlucky lot, obviously the short straw, fell to the youngest one on the ship. Let's call him the cabin boy. And I don't really know Mus. I'm going to say cabin boy. Why not? A young sailor. And so too bad. So it was therefore him who was going to be eaten. He who was going to be eaten. Let's think about that one later. And so they would then, everyone else on the ship was thinking about what sauce or how to cook him. So the poor, in what sauce the poor child would be eaten or cooked. Great. So then one guy wanted to fry him, and one guy wanted to fricassee him. And honestly, fricassee, I've never made a fricassee or a cassé, so your guess is as good as mine. Or probably not your guess if you're a cook and you know how to fricassee. Not me. So while they were talking in this manner, trying to find out how they were going to cook him up, he himself climbs to the top of the grand hunier. And the hunier, I had to look it up because I'm not a sailor in English or in French, and the hunier is a mast on the ship that has an une on it. So you have a une, H-U-N-E, and it's a hunier, right? And a une is a platform between sails on a mast that has more than one sail. And so a hunier, really, for these purposes, let's say it's the crow's nest, but it's just a really tall mast. Whew, okay, translation. And then, so he makes a prayer to heaven. He directs his voice heavenward, and he makes a plea to the immensity. He makes a plea to the Almighty, is what I'm going to say there. And but looking around, he makes his plea to the Almighty, and looking around at the sea, all around, all he sees is, he sees nothing but the billowing waves, right? And this is his prayer. Now we're going backwards a little bit. His prayer was, "O Holy Virgin, my patron, O Holy Virgin, my protector, if I've sinned, please pardon me quickly and keep them from eating me." At that instant, a large miracle, a small miracle, at that instant, a great miracle is better, was realized for the child. And réaliser, in the meaning of se rendre compte, is an Anglicism, but everybody says it nowadays, so I just go with it, even though, I hear the Francophones saying it, and I hear the Anglophones saying it, and I cringe a little bit, but everybody's doing it these days. But this is the proper use of, what I consider the proper use of réaliser, which means, a miracle was brought forth. So a little fish all jumped into the ship by the thousands, and we took them, and they took them, and they put them on the fire, and the young cabin boy was saved. And the last verse that is annoying is, If you find this story amusing, or if you enjoyed this story, we're gonna start it over, and then it's like, this is the song that it just goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that so don't do it again. It's a long song already, and once is gonna be enough.